What is happening today, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic week so far. This is Jeffrey here on the channel again, and you guys have asked for it, so here it is. I'm excited to be featuring this 2024 Kia K5 GT line. And for starters, as you can see, and you know, from what's obvious, this isn't a full-blown GT. This is basically the looks of a GT minus the performance and other upgrades that you can get on the interior and things like that. But in this particular grade, as you can see, it is very close to what that would offer as far as the exterior packaging. And for starters, as you can see, you're gonna get Kia's signature tiger nose grille with full LED headlights along with LED on the fog lights. This particular tester here that was kindly provided by the RK Auto Group in Vineland, New Jersey, does happen to have you know, a lot of sensors, which we'll be going over as far as to how to work them and operate them, and you know, and how to custom tailor to those sensors to your liking. But as you can see, the car does come with some 235s wrapped in 18-inch rims. They're Pirelli all-season tires, and they're a very grippy choice for this car. They are a this car is technically does have a sport tune suspension. Sorry, I was getting on my tongue twisted there. But just to give you a nice look on the side profile, there does have a nice you know, coupe-like design, or a sportback design, if you will. And if you keep following me over here around the back of the car, you'll see more of those GT line bits in the back. No real exhaust, obviously. As you'll know, the full GT will have quad outlet exhaust, which for this case you do have some faux exhaust pipes back there, which they are located underneath the bumper. Somewhat of a LED combination on the taillights, and you do have that nice little tasteful lip spoiler in the back. Also, this sits right underneath the EX trim, which is technically a you could render that as a fully loaded one, but given that it is given that it doesn't have the GT engine, it's kind of like you know, wait for you to get a fully loaded K5 minus getting the performance, if that makes any sense. So as I keep going on in regards to the features of this vehicle, one thing that I did forget to note is that this one, as it sits, is an all-wheel drive version. So in case you didn't know that you could get this particular car, only in the GT line you can get an all-wheel drive version of the car. You cannot find it on the GT, which it would be nice if they could provide that, but it does come with all-wheel drive on the GT line. And given that it does have that, it does throw in a heated steering wheel as a bonus, along with a snow mode on the drive mode selector. But because this one is a K5, it does come standard with remote start. This is Kia's basically a key fob, which, as you can see, nothing has changed over the last couple of years that this car has been out. To remote start, all you have to do is hit the lock button and then press and hold this button right here that says hold, and that basically fires up the engine. And you'll know that the car is basically started because the headlights and all the lights will basically flash a couple times to let you know that it is started. You probably did not hear the vehicle turn on because it is a very small engine displacement that this car has. This car does have a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine, which is good for 180 horsepower. But instead of talking about the engine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop the hood up for you guys, so that way you can basically see what's powering this vehicle. So to access the interior, all you have to do is just push this button right here. You would find your hood opener right there. Now, the cool thing about the Kia K5 is that it does come with two strut mounts on the side, so that way it can hold your hood, which it could be a little heavy depending on the manufacturers and things. But as you can see, nothing major here. It is a 1.6 liter turbo engine, which is rated for 180 horsepower. The car can get you as high as 37 miles per gallon on the highway if you're driving the front wheel drive version of it. Since this one is the all-wheel drive, you're basically looking at about 33 miles per gallon and 25 in the city, as opposed to 27 on the highway if it was front wheel drive. Now, as you can see, Kia does make it very easy for you to service all your compartments and things, so that way it's less time in the shop, meaning having a much smaller shop bill. But they do make it easy for you to get to all your compartments and you know, things like that for you to service your car. So enough about the hood. Let's go ahead and hop on the inside. That way we basically see what this car has to offer. So for starters, as you can see over here, you have all your windows control along with your lock and unlock button. Because it's a GT line, you are going to get a power driver seat, which is a 10-way power adjustment with lumbar support. The steering wheel also tilts and telescopes in and out, up and down for maximum adjustability. And you're also going to be greeted with this 10.25-inch screen, which is basically going to house a lot of your sensors and things that you would basically enjoy from this car. Once you hit confirm and swipe to the side, now the car is a bit low on fuel, so that's why it's asking for some gas, so let's go ahead and select no for that. Very snappy, responsive screen, as you can see. Although some of the manufacturers are moving to a much larger screen, I can see this K5 basically adopting the 12.3-inch screen setup that some of the other Kias are starting to get. Given that this one was kind of like the first of its kind, it's basically getting the you know, the smaller screen, which it was big when the car came out back in 2021, but given that everything's moving to a much larger screen setup, I can see this car basically getting the same treatment as well. So for starters, let's say you guys wanted to take this Kia out to a vacation spot that you're not too familiar with, and if you were to click on the point of interest categories here, you can basically see where everything is at around the area, which is pretty cool. Something that most of these Kias do. They even throw local police stations in case you ever need that type of assistance. And also from there, if you wanted to basically get a feel of what's going on, whether with traffic or weather, they do give you those options as well. This screen over here will show you basically anything that you need to know at about 30-mile radius, so that way you can map out your route according. If there was some moisture or precipitation in the sky, it'll basically show you what's going on with the Doppler radar. And it will also show you local fuel prices, which is pretty cool, considering that could be an inconvenience spot if you don't have any cellular data and you do need gas. So it's something that's definitely very convenient that you can enjoy. And this little helper screen over here, you can basically adjust it. It'll give you different information, different readouts, like a compass. It has a driver attention level, so that way it grades your level of awareness. It'll also give you tire pressure information, a torque split, and many more things that can be displayed on this I want to say 4.3-inch helper screen. Now down here you'd find your dual zone climate control. Oh, and how can we forget? So if we were to go to media, just like any of the other Kias or some other Hyundai products also have, you can also enjoy the sounds of nature, which basically gives you frequencies that you can tune into. Me personally, we play the frequencies every single night to put our daughters to sleep. So this is something that we would definitely be using, just because they go to sleep every single night to white noise and frequencies and things like that. But you have multiple sounds that you can listen to and enjoy as well. Now you can also, if you're tired of the frequencies, remember that you can have the capability of using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well on this screen. So we're going to go ahead and put that in a pause. And I also wanted to show you where you can basically adjust and access your sensors. If you go to setup and you click on vehicle, you basically can see all the safety tech that this car can get and come with. I do apologize if there is quite a bit of glare. The sun happens to be right in front of us, so probably picked a bad angle for us to do this. But right here you can adjust the timing of them. There's a way that you can adjust the beeping of the sensors also, so you can turn those up or down right over here. And this basically gives you all the other sensors that you basically would need to adjust, like your blind spots if you wanted to keep those on, lane safety, forward safety, and so much more. Now the car does come obviously with a backup camera, which does give you the trajectory and distance marker where the vehicle is going, and it also gives you a multi-angle camera with a drop-down view, which can show you precisely how much closer you would be from the wall or object behind you. And then from there, if you go down here, you basically can see your other buttons. There's an auto hold feature, which basically holds the car when you're stationary, and it'll basically you can relax your leg and, you know, hit the gas whenever you want to get the vehicle going. Perfect feature to have for whenever you're doing a lot of stop and go traffic. Here's your 3-level heated seats for both driver and passenger, along with your heated steering wheel that you could find. And you also do have a wireless phone charging pad, which is located underneath of there. Now for the drive modes, you can know which mode you're in. After you select that, there's a sport mode, a custom mode, a snow mode, and there's a smart and then normal mode. So the cool thing about the sport mode is that it'll obviously put the car in maximum attack mode. Normal mode basically doesn't do anything to the engine, and then you also have smart mode, which is going to calculate how your driving style is. If you like to be more on the reserve side or more on the sportier side, it'll basically give you that feel. To enhance custom mode, you basically will go over here, go under your vehicle settings, and then right where it says drive mode, you can select that, and where it says custom, you click that. And now here you can adjust the powertrain to be in sport mode or normal mode, or if you wanted the car to have a normal steering feel or in sport mode, you can customize that too. So me personally, I would put the steering in normal mode and then the powertrain in sport, just so that way it can have a little bit more oomph. And basically that's how I would, you know, pretty much drive the car. Because I like to make sure that the car has, you know, enough pickup, but I also like to have a nice comfortable steering feel. So, and then over here on the steering wheel, you'd find other sensors for other buttons for your sensors, like your smart cruise control. You can basically turn it on with this button here. You can set the distance of the car in front of you, and then this one, it'll aid the lane keep assist to make sure that you stay nice and centered in the lanes. And you'll know that they'll be turned on because right there on the bottom left of the screen, you'll basically see them engage. And keep in mind that some of these sensors, they'll be in white to let you know that they're on, but they will switch to green to let you know that they're active. So same thing is true, just like the auto hold turn green, that little steering wheel icon will switch to green, and so would the lane keep assist, which does come on at 40 miles an hour to aid your driving. So given that the car's got 180 horsepower, you might want to know how quick can it do 0 to 60. Some people have claimed or have been able to get as slow of a time of 7.8 seconds, which I'm going to put that on the test right now, considering that I have a draggy here to do 0 to 60 test runs and things like that. Alrighty guys, doing 0 to 60 run. Foot on the brake, on the gas, and go. Since I do have the driver's seat basically in my current seating position, I am 5'10", as we mentioned before. And even in my current seating position, as you can see, there's a lot of knee space, and I can even cross my leg back here without a problem, without me even hitting the back of the seat or anything like that. So there's still a good 6 inches right in front of me, and about a couple inches of headspace also. You do get 2 more USBs for charging over here, which I'm sure for the next couple of years, as the car gets refreshed or redesigned, you can expect those to switch to USB-C, since everything's basically going to that modern style charging. So with that in mind, guys, I thank you for taking this ride along with me. This is Jeffrey again here on the channel, and the vehicle is currently available for sale as of this filming. If you do happen to have any questions of where we're located, you can visit us in the RK Auto Group, which we're located in the South Jersey area, particularly in between the Philadelphia and Atlantic City area, for more questions. We do have more vehicles in stock, which I will be leaving a link down below, so that way you guys can check out what vehicles we have available for the public. And I hope you guys find value in this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, for I will be making more videos like this in the future. And I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to keep making more content like this, and it can only get better from here, guys. So I thank you for your support, and thank you again to the RK Auto Group that provided this vehicle for us to do this review. May you guys stay blessed, Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year's.